The amount of dudes that I have witnessed willingly and purposefully transform themselves into fucking human light bulbs, you know, the guys that have massive stacked and jacked upper bodies but pencils for legs that hold themselves up or barely do so, is at a frighteningly high level these days. Well, in case you forgot that you do in fact have a pair of legs and that there is a very powerful way to train them so that you can look and perform like an absolute ass-kicking machine, I wanted to share with you a very simple and effective format for you to follow that will help you build some massive and powerful legs that will allow you to fill out them britches but also do some pretty kick-ass athletic things. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, check out today's Man Quotient Building Monday lower body workout. What's up, meatheads? Coach MANdler here, Team Swole Patrol. Listen, this video isn't for the purpose of me standing on a soapbox and preaching about the merits of training anything that stresses you below the belt. If you want to look like this asshat right here, I ain't your fucking daddy, you're a grown-ass man, and if that's your idea of success, then hell, man, you do you. But for those out there that want to have a more complete body that allows them to not just look like Tarzan and swing like Jane, but be able to look, lift, and perform like an absolute ass-kicking machine. I'm talking being able to squat more weight, deadlift more weight, and be able to run faster, jump higher, and be able to do things outside of just walking around and looking good on the beach, then this is a very simple and effective formula that you can follow. Step one, immediately after your dynamic warm-up, throw in some type of fast, powerful, and explosive hip hinge movement like you're going to see me do with these dumbbell snatches. You don't have to do dumbbell snatches. You can do some type of jump training or lower body plyometric. Just something that will focus on moving fast and explosively with the same hip hinge movement where you're extending your hips that you'll be doing in your core workout, your core lift of the day, that barbell squat or barbell deadlift. Just make sure that whichever one you do, whether it be a squat or a deadlift, in order to constantly force new adaptations and to avoid any pain in the ass training plateau, that you constantly mix it up with which one you do, obviously, as well as the weight that you're using and the volume with which you're doing all of the training itself. And the third and final part of the formula is going to be following up that squat or deadlift work with some weak point specific circuit training. Given the fact that my training is geared towards looking good, being able to lift a lot of weight, but also performing athletically, and the fact that athletes typically do explosive things off one leg, I always like starting each one of the weak point circuits off with some type of unilateral movement. This can be a revolving door of different types of lunges, different types of step-ups, and I'll throw in some heavy sled work in too. But I'll start the circuit with that and then follow it up with some type of bilateral multi-joint movement as well. Ultimately, these unilateral into bilateral circuits are always going to be multi-joint based, and I'll afterwards throw in a little bit of single joint movement like some type of hamstring curl or something along those lines that's far less demanding and more fine-tuning work. But that is a very simplified and very plug and chug approach to how I address my training below the belt. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, leave whatever question you might have for me down below and I'll be happy to answer it in a future Ask MANdler video. Hey dude, thanks for checking out today's video. If you dig what you saw and you want more tips and routines like this in the future, let me know by hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel by tapping on my ugly mug down below, and do not forget to pick up your free week of training inside the performance bodybuilding blueprint that I've lined up for you by clicking on that image right there. Appreciate your time, guys. Have a good one. MANdler out.